Hello, my beautiful friends, and welcome to Tailor Made Beauty by Kris. Today we're going to be talking about a new foundation from Tarte. If you watched my video on how to stretch your beauty dollar at Sephora, which I'll link up here, then you know one of the things I like to do is purchase online and get a jumbo sample size for free, which is what I did with Tarte's new foundation that they are calling Foundcealer. And on their website, this is what they have to say about this foundation. They call it a Babassu Foundcealer, a vegan skincare foundation, also known as your total complexion solution. They say it helps hydrate and give the appearance of plumper skin while minimizing the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. That it protects the skin with SPF 20, which is essential rain or shine. Formulated with nourishing Super Balm Babassu essential fatty acids and antioxidants. Light coverage, apply with your fingertips. Light to medium coverage, use a latex-free sponge. Medium coverage, use a brush. And I was curious about Babassu, and I don't know that I'm pronouncing that quite right, but what WebMD has to say is that it is used for many conditions. So far, there isn't enough scientific evidence to determine whether or not it is effective for any of them. But for how it works, it says the Babassu fruit contains a chemical called MP1 glucan that reduces early stages of inflammation. It also contains chemicals that slow blood clotting, decrease thyroid function, stimulate the immune system, repel insects, and promote wound healing. So that is what the top level information is on Babassu. There were several shades to choose from for your free sample, or in this case, it was with a purchase, a minimum of $25 purchase. And I got the shade Medium Sand, which is my summer color. It might be a little bit dark for this time of year, but we're going to go ahead and give it a try. I have done my morning skincare routine, including Australia Gold SPF 50 Mineral Sunscreen, and I have primed with Smashbox Primerizer. I like this one for my skin. This is the first year that my skin has been normal to dry. I've always been normal, oily in the T-zone, but over the last year, I've gone normal to dry. So I like that Smashbox Primerizer because it has hyaluronic acid. So I'm going to give, all right, a pump on my hand. And that's pretty thick, which I guess if you're going to call your product a Foundcealer, like Foundation Nearest Concealer, one would expect it to be pretty thick. And I am just going to apply with my fingers. That is really thick. All right, it moves around pretty nicely. I have a damp beauty blender here, Real Techniques. I'm just going to pounce that in. All right. Okay, so it's a little bit on the dark side, but it's not awful. All right, going in on the other side. And it's spreading nicely with my fingertips. I like that. Okay, again with a beauty blender. I'm going to hit a little bit more on my nose. I would say that that applied nicely. It is quite thick. I used 2 pumps and I have probably a half to a third of a pump left that I didn't use. So at this point, I am going to go finish up my makeup and I will check back in with you in a few hours and we will see how this is wearing. We are having a lovely early spring day here in Seattle, and so I wanted to get outside and show you how this looks in natural light. It's been about 3 hours since I put it on, and I think I'm getting some good wear out of it. I'll check in again later. Hello, here we are 10 hours later. I did not use setting powder this morning when I put my makeup on. I used a little finishing powder, and I will admit that after about 4 hours, I gave myself another little dusting of finishing powder over my nose and on my forehead, but that's been it. And I gotta say that this foundation is wearing pretty nicely. It feels good. I feel like I got good medium coverage out of it, and I'm gonna zoom in so you can see what the wear looks like. All right, that is the end of day 1. Hello, my beautiful friends, and welcome to day 2 of Tarte's Multitasking Foundation Foundcealer. Today, I am going to try using the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. You may remember yesterday I used a Smashbox, and I felt like the pores around my nose were, they were not accentuated, but they were just not as, concealed as they could be. And I feel like the Hourglass does a little bit better job of that. So I'm priming with that. And I like to pat it in the areas where I'm really looking for that extra coverage and work it in. All right, got that done. And as long as I am priming, I'm gonna finish priming everything else that I prime. Do you know about this Color Science Total Eye 3-in-1 Renewal Therapy? This, it's a color corrector, it's an under eye concealer, and it has SPF 35 PA+++. So yes, I already have my sunscreen on, but especially around my eyes and the under eye, it is so nice to have an extra layer of protection. And a lot of times when I use this, I don't even need to put a concealer under my eyes. All right, got that. And that takes care of that. So today I am going to be applying this foundation with a foundation brush, and this is the Airbrush Blurring Foundation number 101. It brushes, got it at Ulta. So again, this is that great deluxe trial size that I picked up at Sephora. I've put 2 pumps on my hand. And now I'm going in with the brush. I like to stipple. I don't have a lot of luck using, blending it in. My skin seems to respond much better to stippling. All right, we'll get a little extra on my nose and a few blemishes on my chin. And with the little bit I have left, since they call this Foundcealer, I'm actually going to go do under my eyes. I think this will be an interesting test today. The only thing that I'm seeing that I want a little more coverage on is down here on my chin. So I'm going to take just a little bit more, apply it there. Really see if this does function as both foundation and concealer. All right. Well, once again today, I am really liking how it's looking. And I am going to go finish my makeup. We'll see if I set it today. Remember yesterday I did not set it. I just put finishing powder on and it lasted so long. In fact, last night when I went to wash my face, I do a double cleanse. I use a cleansing oil and then my Clarisonic. And I needed the double cleanse to get this off last night. It wore so long and so well, but with the double cleanse, it did come off. So, all right, I'll see you later. And I am back. I am actually going to use this part in 2 videos. One, the Tarte foundation, the Foundcealer, and 2, the Charlotte Tilbury Looks collection. So I did use the icon from Charlotte Tilbury, my eyes, and I finished up with a bunch of other Charlotte Tilbury. Nordstrom recently had their beauty week, and so I picked up the Charlotte blush in Pillow Talk, and I'm wearing that. I also got talked into the highlighter and sculpting duo, and that I have in fair medium. On my lips, I am wearing Pillow Talk. And because that is matte, and I am not terribly fond of matte, I have it topped with the non-Charlotte Tilbury, the Fenty Gloss Bomb. So, that is the finished look. Well, it has now been 9 hours since I put on the Tarte Foundcealer foundation, and again today I'm getting really good wear out of it. I don't think the change in the primer did much for how it looks on my pores, but it's not horrible. What I am noticing today is some breaking up right under my nose. And let me get you in nice and close on that so you can see breaking up there. Sometimes I'll get foundation cracking around my edges of my mouth, but this is not doing it. And sorry about that. I temporarily ran out of memory of my camera. So we were talking about how it was not holding up so great around the nose, but doing really well around the mouth. And today my experiment was seeing if it would work as an under eye concealer, and I think that was a fail. But I think it did do pretty well, covering some blemishes on my face, and it has been a really good medium coverage foundation today. I think I got a thicker, heavier coverage using the brush this morning than I did using my fingers in the Beauty Blender the other day. And so today I did not only set it, but then also used finishing powder. But I have not touched up at all today. And so far, not too bad. I'm curious to see what tomorrow will bring. Today I'm going to try the foundation with no primer. I've done my morning moisturizing routine and put on sunscreen. Today I'm using the Make Prem UV Defense Me Blue Ray Sun Cream. And that has an SPF of 50 plus, and it's rated PA++++. I also have my Color Science Total Eye 3-in-1 color corrector and sunscreen under my eyes. Before I go with the foundation though, I'm going to do my under eye concealer, and today I am using the Makeup Forever Ultra HD concealer. This says that it's a no set concealer. You don't have to set it with powder. I've been trying it for a few days. Maybe yes, maybe no. I'm still trying to figure it out. So let me go in with that first. And I have a damp beauty blender. All right, and now let's go in with the Tarte Foundcealer. I'm going to dab it on and then go in with a damp Real Techniques beauty blender and blend it in. I need another pump. I have some blemishes, some discoloration, and so I think there's a few areas that I'd like a little more coverage. What I like about this foundation, it's not one of those that sets up super quickly. You've got some time, you dab it on, and then if you're going to work it in with your fingers, beauty blender, or brush, you've got time to do that. All right, so here it is with no primer and applied with the damp beauty blender. I'll go finish up and come back. And I'm back. That foundation really didn't dry down like I have been experiencing with primer. So I waited a couple minutes and did end up setting it with my Lancome Long Time No Shine powder. And here in Seattle, we are having the most unseasonably warm weather. Yesterday, we broke a record high, not just for the day, but for the entire winter. It hit 76. So, and we're having another gorgeous day today. So I wanted kind of a fresh, sort of peachy look today. And on my lips, I am wearing a new one by Tarte, Tangerine Target. And they have a new line that come in these like cardboard cases. They're kind of some fun colors and fun graphics. And of course, you know me, I've got to top it. So it is topped with Anastasia, and this is Gilded lip gloss. And then for my eyes, I hope that you feel really free with your makeup, and so even though something is maybe a cheek palette or a sculpting palette, you use it where you want to use the colors. So today I picked up the Natasha Denona Bloom when it came out several weeks ago, and I've played with it on my cheeks, but what I absolutely love is this color on my eyelids. And that's what I have today. So I'll check in with you later on tonight and we'll see how this foundation wears without a primer. I took 2 photos wearing this foundation, one with a flash and one without a flash that I will insert here. I didn't notice any flashback. They looked good under the bathroom lights. So let me summarize my feelings about the Foundcealer by Tarte. I found that it applied really easily. It didn't matter if I was using my fingers or a beauty blender or a brush. It went on really nicely. It gives a good medium coverage. I don't think it passes the test for operating as both a foundation and a concealer. I still feel like I need concealer with this. It has really good staying power. All the nights when I've taken it off, it's a good thing I'm doing that second cleanse to get all of it off. I did not find that it settled into fine lines and wrinkles. I just had that one day where it didn't wear so great around the nose. That could have been a primer issue. And I like the fact that it's got an SPF 20. I have found that I have reached for this foundation since I finished doing the other days of testing, and I am planning on taking it with me for vacation here in a couple of weeks because it's going to be a great carry-on size and I got good performance out of it. So thank you so much for joining me today. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up. You can subscribe. Ring the bell to get notified. Usually I post every Monday and Thursday, but sometimes I've been known to do a bonus video and you don't want to miss out on those. Thanks so much and have a really fantastic day.